Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with One Punch Man. Last time on One Punch Man, we had the Resistance of the Strong, where the martial arts tournament was attacked by monsters, specifically Goketsu, who wanted to recruit the martial artists and turn them into monsters by having them devour monster cells. And while some of them did decide to do this, there were others that decided against this. Some specifically, like the two heroes, Snake and Lightning Max, they ended up kind of getting whooped, but they tried to fight, and then Suiryu ended up fighting Goketsu and seemed to be horribly outmatched, especially when Bakuzan also became a monster. But luckily for Suiryu, a hero arrived to save the day. And it was actually a really, really great episode, and a complete, character arc for Suiryu in the one episode, and where he realized the importance of heroes, and I just love that moment where he cries out for them all, and a hero definitely did here, and Saitama has come to save him and do his job, basically. So yeah. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure, so let's go ahead and get right into this episode of One Punch Man. Here we go. Alrighty, that is episode 9. Hoo boy. A lot in that one, definitely. Okay. Let's go ahead and hop into the notes. The first thing I wrote down is Saitama versus Bakuzan. I love any time they can draw it out, It's always the exact same thing, It's always the same thing that they draw it out. The person's like, oh, I'm too strong. No, Saitama, you can't. They're too strong. 3 minutes passes until finally, bam, dead. So, Bakuzan is dead. Goketsu is also dead. I did like that, where he caught up to Goketsu and just killed him, and that was that. It's like, well, alright, guess that was that. Which, Genos was saying, oh, I must be repaired so that I can gather the Class S heroes and Master Saitama, and then we will attack. It's like, dude, you don't need to do that. You need to get it repaired, but you don't need to do that. Saitama did it. It's done, At this point, we're just waiting for... I guess we're waiting for Saitama versus Garo. I'm not sure if that's even going to happen at this point. And then I would assume the other thing we're waiting for is Saitama versus Orochi, which... who knows? That might be season 3, We've got, 3 episodes left this season, I think? Yeah, we've got 3 episodes left in the season. So, I have no idea. I feel like we're no closer to beating the Monster King or Garo. Honestly, I could see these, going on into season 3, which is unfortunate. Season 3 isn't out, I'm assuming they're making a 3rd season, so... So yeah, I guess we're still building to Saitama versus Garo, which, again, as we see again, is not really going to be a fight. We almost had Saitama versus Garo. Now, in the intro, they do tease Garo versus Genos, which is pretty cool. But I don't think Garo is quite on the level of Boros, Which even then, Boros was not a threat to Saitama, but the fight lasted a little while at least, I don't think we're going to get anything like that for Saitama versus Garo. If we're even going to get Saitama versus Garo, I wrote down Hero 2. Could Suiryu be a Hero 2? And honestly, yeah. I like how Saitama says, well, I became a hero, so I'm sure you could too. It's now being a hero, you can't just become a hero per se, like, you do kind of have to embody the ideals of being a hero. But that said, it's entirely possible that Suiryu could become a hero, but he would have to actually become a hero, you know? But I mean, after seeing Saitama and Snake and Lightning Max, I think he knows. I think he knows what it means to be a hero, you know? So I really like that entire talk. That was pretty cool. And again, you know, Saitama goes off to face Goketsu, and it's like, no, you can't do it. You know, oh, he's gone, and he starts crying and stuff, and then just plop, there's the head, and he's like, okay, never mind. I guess you're fine. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how strong you were. So it's just funny. I wrote down Angel Hug. That was funny. Putty Prisoner. I like too where he's getting inspired by all the men up there, and they're just like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking. He can't fucking hear us. We're not reaching him, you know. And then he just hugs the fucking porcupine. And I like the one guy who's like, he keeps staring at us, bloody and naked, you know. So that was really funny. And then we also got the very deep conversation between Saitama and King about becoming the ultimate hero, which is pretty interesting. So Saitama, you know, he's feeling pretty empty because he's like he gets no challenges, he gets no fun, he's bored, you know, with being a hero, and basically he's plateaued. This is basically like what Goku could fear, you know, if he ever got too strong, you know, if it's like, oh, no one can challenge Goku, you know, or someone like, or even back then, you know, I mentioned Master Roshi talking about, you know, Krillin and Goku during the first martial arts tournament of Dragon Ball, like, you know, he entered as Jackie Chun so he could beat them because he thought, okay, if either of them win this tournament, then they're going to give up martial arts. They're going to become bored. So I have to go in and beat them. And he did, you know? And then that was the thing, that even when Goku does win against Piccolo Jr. in his third tournament, he still sets up Piccolo as a rival. You know, he's like, I need a good rival, so I'm keeping you alive because you are, I may have won, but that was an incredibly close fight, you know? And then that just keeps escalating. Raditz, Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu. It keeps escalating from there, you know? But that's the same thing here, where Saitama has reached that point where he is the strongest, but now he gets nothing out of it, you know? But I do like King, you know, giving the advice of, hey, you know, maybe you need to try other things, which, yeah, just because you're bored with how strong you are doesn't mean that's the only thing you can really do in life. Like, you know, go try dancing, go try something else, you know, go travel somewhere, you know? And I like, you know, he's like, oh, I don't really have anywhere I want to go. And King's like, you know, you say you're bored, but you're not willing to do anything about it. You know, I really like that. But then we get the talk of the ultimate hero, which was pretty cool. You know, if you are the ultimate hero, is the ultimate hero defined by their strength, or is it by their heroism? We don't really know. And we don't really know what makes the ultimate hero, you know? Is Saitama the ultimate hero because he's, you know, because he's the strongest? Is Blast the ultimate hero because he's Class S rank 1? Is Moomin Rider the ultimate hero? He kind of is. But is he the ultimate hero because of his, you know, unyielding justice, you know? What makes the ultimate hero? And maybe Saitama needs to figure that out, you know? And I like that, you know, even with this deep conversation, Saitama still is like, I still feel pretty empty, but I'm glad we had this talk, you know? Like, it hasn't completely, you know, helped him, but he was glad at least that they talked. It's got him thinking now, you know? So I really, really like that, you know? What makes the ultimate hero? And that may need to be something Saitama figures out. That'll be his next character arc. So we then had, I like that Watchdog Man was Garo's biggest challenge yet. I thought that was interesting. And they do at least explain, you know, because he says, like, oh, this guy just has speed and power. It shouldn't be I should be able to beat him. But I like the distinction that, you know, Garo is trained to face human opponents with his martial arts, and then it didn't work with Watchdog Man because he uses all fours, you know? Because he is part, you know, he has that whole dog thing going on. So I like that it's like, okay, that actually threw Garo for a loop. It makes you wonder what would happen if Garo faced one of the monsters, because he hasn't faced any of them yet, you know? So I'd be curious if Garo faced the monsters, how well he would do there. You know, we probably might honestly do worse, you know? So I like that, you know, just seeing Garo grow. And honestly, they really do point out that he is sort of he is sort of a parallel to Saitama, you know, like a younger Saitama, you know, which he even points out, like, oh, he's apparently like really, really good, you know, he's doing his own thing as a monster. It reminds me of when I was just a hero for fun. I wasn't even part of the association, you know? So, which honestly, yeah, Garo is sort of a monster for fun, you know? But he's still young enough on his journey where he hasn't gotten to Saitama's level yet. You know, he's not the ultimate martial artist or whatever. You know, he's not the strongest martial artist. And so he still has work he needs to do. So, and then he started to attack King, and then Saitama just yeeted him into a wall like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon, you know? So that was really funny. Yeah, it's like, oh, I hope we get to meet him. I hope you get to meet him, Saitama, because he might be an actual challenge and stuff. And then you cut over to just the, you know, body hole that's in the wall. I shouldn't say body hole. This is probably not good. Anyway, so that was really funny. I like that. Again, it's another moment of Garo tried to face Saitama and it just didn't work. So I'll be very curious if we do get Saitama versus Garo at some point, you know. The only thing I could think maybe they might do is if Garo eats a monster cell, but I don't really see that happening, you know. And then we had the whole thing with Sonic, which I like, you know, there's like, oh, they want to turn him into a monster, and he finally is like, fine, I'll reject my humanity, JoJo, so that I can beat Saitama. And I like, because at first it's like, no, he wouldn't do that. He would want to get stronger on his own. You know, he doesn't have augmentations like Genos does, being a cyborg. So I would have assumed that he would have just wanted to get stronger on his own. But he did decide to do it, but it didn't work out because he cooked. I do like that little joke. He actually cooked the monster cell, and then it just gave him the runs. Like that was really funny. So he has not become a monster. I don't think he will. I hope not. You know, I don't really see him like going against the monsters unless they actually attack him, like the Deep Sea King. But I wouldn't see Sonic joining them, you know. And then we had Zombie Man. Okay, did I miss Zombie Man from last season? Because I swear he wasn't there. Maybe he's like new to Class S, but he's Class S rank 8, which means he's higher ranked than Genos. But yeah, I don't remember Zombie Man, and he would have been there, you know. I'd have to, maybe I need to go back and look at that, but look at, you know, the round table in season 1. But the only two people that were missing, I'm pretty sure, were Metal Knight and Blast. Metal Knight because he's a douche, and Blast because I swear to God he doesn't exist, you know? He might not. That might be like my little conspiracy theory right now, that Blast doesn't actually exist, and he's just there, he's just a concept that the Hero Association made up so that none of the other heroes would ever think they plateaued, you know? Maybe. That could be it. That's going to be my little conspiracy theory for now, you know? Because we don't see, at the very least, occasionally we see Metal Knight flying a suit somewhere, you know? Like, at least we know Metal Knight is doing stuff. We have no fucking idea what Blast is doing. So, but yeah, I don't remember Zombie Man. Maybe he's new to Class S, but I have no idea. But now he's following the Gorilla Cyborg from the House of Evolution, which is kind of funny. So yeah, really, really great episode. I enjoyed it, and I'm curious to see where we're going as we head into the final 3 episodes of Season 2. So yeah, I'm gonna miss this again when we're done. I want season 3 to come out. I have no idea. I'm gonna look up and see when season 3 is gonna come out, assuming they are making a 3rd season. So yeah. I also liked King's little moment. It's like, yeah, those are my thoughts. Plus, that's what it says in the manga. Like, all right, that was funny. So. But yeah, that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my One Punch Man reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.